I wonder if you saw what just happened a few minutes ago. The bots on human rights, the wind blew against it and it just fell down, and a few people went behind it to prop it up again with stones and trying to hold it up so that it will not fall again. I think that was very symbolic and very prophetic. You know, the wind is blowing against this human rights, and the wind, maybe the government, the policies. You know, so what are these? These are just words. Just blow them over. You know, but then they forgot that they are rocks and that they are hands. Rocks and hands who are people like you and me, who believe that this is not just mere words, but this is something that we believe in because it's our right. So we're not just going to let it be blown away by the wind, but we are going to come, stand behind it, we are going to prop it up, and we are going to hold it up. This is your chance to show that I'm not going to be blown away, but I'm going to stand here and be counted. Because this is about me. This is about me. It's not about somebody else. This rights. It's about me and my family. The prosperity and the progress of me and my family. There are three inalienable rights. They are the right to life, the right for liberty, the right to the pursuit of happiness or opportunities. This is your right, and this is what you deserve. Social injustice happens when people do not get what they deserve. Social justice deals with three areas of social concern. Economic justice, which is society's rules and procedures for maintaining productive, efficient, and fair commercial markets. Number two, remedial justice, which is just and fair rules and procedures pertaining to civil and criminal matters. And number three, distributive justice, which focuses on fair outcome. Distributive justice dictates that every person in the society needs a fair share of the society's benefits as well as burdens. Even though all these forms of justice deal with social concerns, it is distributive justice that is often the central issue of discontent today. How should a society be instructed or structured to assure a fair distribution of burdens and benefits among its citizens? Fair distribution only happens when those that shape society recognizes that life, though not necessarily fair, can and should be just. In identifying distributive injustice, one first needs to understand the problem, then identify the root causes through which process solutions can be prescribed. So, what are the pressing problems that Singapore as a society faces? It is obviously the growing income gap, which is tearing the social fabric of Singapore. Even the Prime Minister, in his 2007 National Day speech, highlighted that the growing income disparity is, quote, a major challenge. The gap is so huge that the elite and sometimes even their offsprings cannot identify with the real and felt needs of the needy in the society. Do you remember Wee Shoo Min, the daughter of the Member of Parliament Wee Siew Kim? Do you remember? When a blogger wrote that he was worried about losing his job, she thought that she would give him a piece of her mind. She chided him as, quote, one of many wretched, undermotivated, over-assuming leeches in our country. Can you believe that? And signed off with, please get out of my elite, uncaring face. But perhaps Shoo Min never meant to be uncaring. The deep divide between the have and the have-nots may have caused Xiuming to be blind to the real and felt needs of those that are in the lower levels of the society. And what is the root cause of this problem, which has caused such a deep divide between the haves and the have-nots? I would argue that it is a biased Singapore education system which has disadvantaged the lower income Singaporean. In January 9, 2006, a Newsweek article, we all have a lot to learn. Farid Zakaria asked the then Education Minister, Mr. Darman, how he would explain the fact that even though Singapore students do so brilliantly on the math and science test, when you look at the students 10 or 20 years later, and a few of them are no more world beaters, and that American children, by contrast, test much worse in the 4th through 8th grade, but seem to do much better later in life and in the real life as well. Mr. Darman replies, quote, we both have meritocracies, but yours is a talent meritocracy. Ours is an exam meritocracy. There are some parts of the intellect that we are not able to tell well, like creativity, curiosity, a sense of adventure, and a vision. Most of all, America has a culture of learning that challenges conventional wisdom, even if it means challenging authority. And these are the areas Singapore must learn from America. So he admitted that there is something that Singapore can learn from America. In Singapore, there is an absence of the culture of making learning something to love and engage in with gusto. Instead, here it is chore. Work hard, memorize, test well. It is for such reasons that attempts at streamings in countries like the United States of America are met with such strong opposition, for it is perceived to be undemocratic and unfair. Streaming is a form of social class stratification, where those in the gifted education program would go on to be leaders in whatever fields they might enter, be it government, medicine, science, or anything, where the special students will go on to earn university degrees and seek well-paid soft-collar jobs. The express students would go on to polytechnics and serve as associate professionals and clerical workers. And the normal stream students would end up as technicians, hawkers, and road sweepers. And this segregation, by the way of streaming, happens at a very young age, based on who is the most exam smart. Even those that are smart but cannot test well despite trying to rote learn are streamed down. Those without the right paper qualification are labeled as failures. According to the year 2000 census, there are 116,300 such failure families in Singapore who earn below $1,000. 6 in 10 of these households are headed by someone with only primary school education or less. And they work as cleaners, laborers, or as service workers. Even more tragic is the plight of the transient poor, or what I call the new poor. Those who have lost jobs suddenly, who live in 4, 5, or even executive apartments and are decked with the latest gadgets. But the new poor have been on the increase since the Asian financial crisis.